everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nettie here. Today I am going to do the 16 random tag questions, and I have all of the questions here. I was tagged by the lovely Eva in the City, and I will put a link to her channel down below, because if you haven't checked her out, you should really try and check her out. She's a wonderful girl from London, and unfortunately I didn't meet her last time I was there, but maybe next time. So anyways, I'm just going to dive right into the questions. There's 16. So the first question is, how did you get your YouTube username? Well, my real name is Annette, but Bob always calls me Nettie, and so I thought, well, I'll do Nettie's World for you, which is my world and for everybody out there. So Nettie's World for you. That's how I got it. Question number 2. If you could change your name to anything, what would it be and why? I've always loved having my name shortened, and I always wanted to be called Anne or Annie, but somehow that just never took. But although at work they called me Nettie, so as well, because I always heard Bob calling me that on the phone and stuff like that. So that finally took, and I really like it. So I don't think I would want to change my name to anything else. Number 3, if you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would it be? I would probably just tell myself not to worry about those small, little insignificant things, and focus on your future and doing what's best for yourself, and not worry about what other people think so much. So that's what I would tell myself. Question 4. How old were you when you first learned to blow a bubble gum? Sorry. Probably too young to remember. I can't even remember when I learned. I'm the youngest of 3 girls, so I probably just learned from my sisters. I do remember one time, though, I blew it so big that it did pop all into my hair, and I had to end up cutting some of my bangs and stuff like that. So not, but that was the only problem I ever had with bubble gum. What did you want to be when you grew up? Oh, I always wanted to be a grade 1 school teacher. Always, always, always. Until probably my first year of college, and then I just changed everything. So, but I always wanted to be a teacher. What do you order at Starbucks? I'm not a big Starbucks person, but when I do, I always order an Earl Grey Grande. So I'm just very plain, just an Earl Grey. But I have yet to, I really want to try this pumpkin latte spice drink that everybody talks about. So I'm going to see if I can get myself one, maybe tomorrow. What's the hardest you ever laughed? Oh my gosh. I know this, the hardest I've ever laughed. Summer of 1979. I was around 17, and I went to a summer camp with a bunch of really great girls, and we had just the most amazing summer, and I've never laughed so hard in my life. That summer is, I can just say, that was the hardest I've ever laughed the whole summer. If you could play any musical instrument, what would it be and why? I would love to play the piano. I've always wanted to play the piano, but I've got short fingers. But my friend used to play the piano. I always used to sit beside her, and she'd teach me a few notes. But yeah, I'd love to learn the piano. And what's your favorite thing to do when you're upset? When I'm upset, I clean. The moment I get upset, I start tidying up. Bob always he goes, "Oh, you're upset, right?" Because as soon as we're conversing or something, and if I get a little upset, I okay, I start cleaning up and wiping down and putting things away. So if you know I have a spotless house, I'm really mad. No. And question number 10. What's your favorite movie? Oh my gosh, I've got so many favorite movies. It's amazing. Like off the top of my head, I wrote a bunch down. I like Tombstone, Princess Bride, My Cousin Vinny is one of my favorites. The Green Mile, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and just a lot of old movies with Cary Grant and Grace Kelly. And Jimmy Stewart. Oh my gosh, all those actors, they were in such great movies. So that's, I have got a variety. What's one food you cannot live without? Chocolate. Definitely, it has to be hands down chocolate. And then now number 12 is favorite pizza toppings. My favorites are mushroom, pepperoni, and green pepper. Those I just love. Number 13, would you rather have the superpower to read minds or be invisible? I think I'd like to be invisible because I really don't want to know what's going on in other people's minds, but I would love to be invisible and hear what's going on and not be seen. What did you do for your last birthday? For my last birthday, I believe Bob and I always go to Florida during either April or May for one of our birthdays, and I think the last birthday I was in Florida. If you had one personal selfish wish, what would it be and why? Now, if we're talking real selfish, personal, I would ask for 1,000,000 more wishes. That way I could use them up and still have a lot more for everybody else. So kind of selfish, but it would also benefit others. And the last question is 16 is, who is your style inspiration? Well, I mean, there's so many out there, but recently there's been a couple of girls on Instagram that I just love, and I've mentioned them before. Her name is Lena Terluter, and she is a German. She's kind of like a blogger, an entrepreneur of her own fashion store, and she's just I love her style. She's based in I guess Germany, but oh my gosh, I just love her, and I'm gonna put her down. Another IGer that I love her style is Brooklyn Blonde 1. I love her style, and also Sincerely Jules. Oh my gosh, I love that. Everything that she wears. It's a little young for me, but you can tweak it sometimes. So I just use them for styling inspiration lately. And that is it. I would like to tag a bunch of people if they would like to do this tag. So HaveLouisWillTravel and WhatStineDid. I'd like to tag you, Leo Lion, LV, Maddieshops, and BeckyL, and Rachael. So I'd like to tag all of you guys if you'd love to do this. I'll put all the questions down below. So anyways, see you guys. See you in the next video. Bye everyone.